Hey there, Dr. Mark here. One big thing that has completely exploded across the nutrition and fitness space recently is business support. And for good reason, it's been desperately needed. We all know that one person that is an amazing coach, but they left the industry because they couldn't make enough money. And it's not because they're not good at coaching, it's because they're not good at business. And that's not fair, which is why I traveled last week to Edmonton, Alberta to attend the Evolve Business and Coaching Conference to learn from some of the brightest minds around. And I got to directly ask some of the best nutrition and online coaches in the space what advice or insight they would have for a nutrition coach that wanted to get some clients. Here's what they said, starting with the conference organizer himself, Andrew Coates. Andrew Coates, if you had one specific strategy to give to a nutrition coach to get some clients, what would it be?
I still think that a lot of people are afraid to use their personal social media accounts that they're connected to all their world, all your friends, your family, your former coworkers, your acquaintances, and you want to go start another account. That's a mistake. Actually show up and serve the people who are already there. And you think, well, I'm going to be that annoying fitness person, that annoying person that they're not interested in this stuff. Sadly, what's going to end up happening is they're going to have health scares. They're going to have family members that have health scares. They're going to have people who are like, hey, do you know someone who does this professionally? And the goal is to become top of mind and continue to serve, even if it doesn't necessarily feel like a lot of people are paying attention. I've got a lot of clients over the years who never interact with my Facebook stuff. I recently had a client sign up with me who I've known for 17 years from my previous job from being a trainer. And it's just about staying top of mind. And if you continue to be of service to those people, you stay top of their mind, you are their go-to person. And those people are not all following Jordan Syatt or the other big figures in the industry. But they might be following the charlatans and the scumbags that you're so frustrated about. And if you use your social media to share the basics and evidence-based stuff, then you can crowd out the scumbags. Otherwise, if you don't do it, guess what? The Liver King is going to get them eating like bull testicles. So I hope that inspires you guys.
Andrew has been a huge influence on the fitness industry over the last 5 years, growing a huge social media presence and also highlighting the importance of growing your personal brand and doing some professional writing. It's been very fun watching his success, and I've documented it on my channel before. And actually, I got to speak at this very conference in 2019. So it was nice to go back and see some familiar faces. Next up, I wanted to highlight who I believe gave the best talk of the entire conference. Nutrition coaching pioneer, Dr. Scott Dixon, or KSD. I was only there for the first day because I took Max to skating lessons, trying to do this work balance thing. So I didn't get a chance to listen to the talks on day number 2. But Krista's talk was amazing. It was informative, but it was also practical and applied. Dr. Scott Dixon is best known as the key architect in the Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification, which is built around the science of behavior change, and her talk was similar. I learned how I can better help my clients by focusing on strengthening their strengths and not just fixing their errors or weaknesses, and they'll be more receptive to change that way. Now, what I really benefited from was seeing how Krista worked this into a marketing or sales conversation. And one important thing that I took away, and it's really simple to do, is congratulating our clients or potential clients on taking that first step. Now, when they enter a sales conversation, they're probably pretty nervous to be there. And that's not really a great place to create change. But we can bring down all of this tension by just congratulating them on taking that first step. Just genuinely saying, hey, kudos to you for taking this first step. Not a lot of people do that to improve their health. It takes guts and courage to even be here, so congratulations to you for taking that first step. Completely different dynamic. Thanks for that, Krista. One pleasant surprise over the weekend was running into someone that I did not know would be there, and that was Andy Morgan of rippedbody.com. He's a fantastic coach, but also a prolific writer. I read his emails every week. Here's what he had to say for any new nutrition coaches looking to grow their business. Okay, Andy, so if there's one tip or strategy you give to a nutrition coach to get some clients, what would you tell them?
Give. So the way that I started out is by writing long form content, so that instead of me having to reach out to people each time and telling them what I do, how I coach, I would just say, hey, go to my website. It's all written there. So my approach has always been give away everything I know, tell them exactly how I get the results that I do for my clients in articles so that they can do it themselves, knowing that if those articles are very helpful, they will get shared. A certain small percentage of people will either get stuck and then want to hire me as the natural progression, or they will just think, hey, he's obviously the expert, I'll just hire him. I don't want to read all of this. So that's been my approach, and it's worked really well.
Awesome insight, Andy. There were also a lot of familiar faces that I got to see and connect with over the weekend. And one coach that I got to connect with briefly is Coach Stephanie Fusnick. Stephanie has created an amazing coaching business serving perimenopausal and menopausal women, which I believe has scaled to 7 figures in revenue. Completely amazing. Here's what she said to help new nutrition coaches get clients.
If I were to tell a nutrition coach what is one of the best things that you can do to grow your business, it would be when you're making things, make sure that it's either educational, you're solving a problem, there's action steps, or you are giving them something for free. And that's probably the biggest thing. I would give away something for free, whether it's a free guide, because if you give them a free guide, they're going to trust you. They're going to accumulate things. Hopefully they'll read things. You can then follow up with them. So typically what I'll do is, hey, you commented you wanted this free guide. What's the best email to send that to? They send me their email and then I say, hey, I'm going to send this over right away here. Is there anything else that you're struggling with? I'm always happy to offer up some advice or give you more resources that would be helpful specific to your situation. This will open up a conversation. You can really get to know them, but in that conversation, make sure you're not just trying to sell. Genuinely try to help them, give them things that will be helpful. The more that you give, the more they are going to trust you. So I give away a free guide at least once a week, usually more, and they'll accumulate and you'll have more and more resources to give, building more trust, helping more people, and that will help turn them into clients of yours in the future.
Such a solid tip. Thanks for that, Stephanie. Last but not least, we had the keynote speaker of the day, which I think was the keynote, at least it was the capstone or last talk, which was Coach Luka. Listen, I've spent literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in business coaching over the last 4 years. And Luka just flat out got on stage and said similar things for free. Check this out. Check out what he said when I asked him what was the best strategy or approach for nutrition coaches to get new clients.
Hey, Luka, if a nutrition coach wanted to get some new clients, what is one strategy or is some insight you would tell them?
I think this is one of the most missed parts, right? That like what we're doing is we're helping humans, right? So you want to be around humans a lot. And so if you can track the amount of conversations that you have, and I would even say in person for sure, but also online, whether it's text, whether it's the DMs. But then once you have, like, again, you don't want to start with this. You want to get to know the person, right? You want to ask them some questions. Remember, to be interesting, you have to be interested. So be curious, try to understand, ask a lot of questions. And at a certain point in time, what I would do if a person goes like, well, I'm struggling with this aspect of nutrition, so I said, hey, by the way, do you know anybody that needs help with their nutrition, like sustainable nutrition, not a diet, but like staying on, again, this is what your nutrition model is, right? And is trying to get their energy up, drop some weight, some lean muscle, and is struggling with, and you fill in the blank with the obstacles that they have. Because I'm starting a program in 2 weeks. It's a beta program. It's 75% off, but like it's for basically you have to follow the steps, give me a testimonial, and have one referral. But you know anybody that would be interested in that? Because you're not saying, are you interested in that? You're saying, do you know anybody interested in that? But a lot of times, because you're being strategic here, they'll be like, well, yeah, that's me. I'm interested in that. And boom, now you have a conversation, right? So, which means that the more conversations that you have, the more clients you're going to get. It is really that simple, by the way, but it does take for you to be courageous, have a conversation. More than courageous, be curious. Because I guarantee you in your life, if you look at the statistics, unfortunately, in America, people are unhealthy. There's a lot of obesity. There's a lot of people that have health issues. And if you just get curious and understand what they're struggling, and then you make that offer, you could legitimately, through 5 conversations per day, you get 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 new clients, new leads per month, and you just got to go do it. So I'd love for you to go do that, and then let me know that it worked.
Totally amazing day at the Evolve Coaching and Business Conference. It was fantastic. The speakers were amazing, tons of good insights, and I had to jet a little early because Max has skating lessons tomorrow, and I didn't want to miss that. But here was one really cool surprise about the day that I was not expecting. Okay, so for being one of the first 20 people that signed up for the conference, Girls Gone Strong actually hooked us up with a completely free menopause coaching and specialist certification, entirely for free. This is something that I've been considering taking for a while, and actually it was this week that they had their pre-sale, and I didn't pull the trigger, and now I get to take it. And one thing I'm going to do, and you let me know if you want me to do this, I'm going to do a full review on it and dig into it because I know a lot of you guys are considering it. So if that's something you want me to do, drop it in the comments and stay tuned for that.
Now, as great as all those tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. Business tips are good, but I want to give you a complete guide to starting a nutrition coaching business. You're going to learn all about that right here, so check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.